Yeah, for sure. It's whatever the reason was, we didn't have the jump. We looked a little bit tired to start, and I mean, as I thought as the second period went on, we started to play a lot better and got our feet under us. And I mean, by that point, it was not too late. But I thought we had to get a couple right away in the third. And, we battled hard, but it just wasn't there for us tonight.
I feel there were some missed opportunities in the game. Did have some chances to capitalize and just didn't convert it.
Yeah, we had a few early in the game, and it's tough when they're bearing down on their chances and we get some chances, and whether it's a really good save or just a missed opportunity. I mean, it's tough when you get down a couple goals right off the bat, but I mean, we got to find a way to battle and rally forward.
Ryan, these guys are supposed to be the litmus test after 3 wins in a row, and I mean, a lopsided score like that would suggest that the test failed, so to speak.
Well, I mean, I thought at times we didn't play our best game. I mean, I thought in the second half of the second period, and then to start the third, we started to play our game, and I mean, I definitely don't think that we played the same way we did in the past few games. So, I mean, we just got to move forward here and keep getting better.
Like I said again, I feel like we should have had probably better energy after 3 days off like that.
This morning we talked about the dangers of having 5 forwards on the power play. Is that just one of the dangers of it getting exposed like that early by teams?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird play. They break a stick and it was supposed to go down the ice. It doesn't, and I think it might be I don't know who was back there, but a little bit of a misread, and it's a breakaway. Obviously, a guy like that you don't want to give a breakaway.
When you're playing a team like the Hawks that have guys like Dane and Kids killing penalties like that,
Absolutely.
you have to be a bit more careful.
Absolutely, that's why when you have guys like that and same with us, when Ed and Halsey are killing or whoever can put it in the back of the net. I think on the other side of things, I think the biggest example is Pavel Datsyuk. When you're out there against him, and even though you're on the power play, you're always ready. If you make a saucer pass that's not assertive enough or whatever it is, he's going to knock it down. It's right down the ice, and it might be 2-on-1. So it's definitely guys like that you have to be careful.
Dave, you guys just your effort has to be better against the top teams like that. Yeah.
Reaction when you came on the ice when you made your first save and you shot it down. What was your reaction?
It's very nice from them to. I didn't even know the. Jones just told me there was a standing ovation. I was so focused on the game and was so like a little bit nervous too, and that's why I would maybe not like pay attention on that moment what was outside the game.
You talked about the game would be a lot faster from the AHL. Is it almost easier to come off the bench, or is it harder now? That, or is that better for you to get some? Because you're going to start one of these next 2 games.
I can't give you exact answer, but we did lots of work with Freddie Chabot. We work a lot every day, and I felt pretty good.
Yeah, sometimes I guess when you come into the situation you're in, you want to get in right away, but you had to wait. Is it nice to actually get in against a team like Chicago where you're going to get shots on quality shots right away?
Yeah, it's on the one side we're losing 4-0, and not exactly like what you want for the team. And on the other hand, it's I got some opportunity to get some game. Make sure the whole system right, find out maybe where's the problems, because if I get some next start, at least I gotta know like where am I right now.
Do you feel like you'll be less nervous when you get your start now that you've been in?
Only game gonna give us an answer, and I will obviously give you answer after the game.
You wore an all-black mask. All good.
game 5-3, at least you could say you went down fighting, but you lost 5-1 with lots of time off. You're just not ready for the game.
No, a loss is a loss. We made mistakes. They capitalized. Shorthanded and special teams right off the bat put us behind the 8 ball.
Is it a little bit disappointing, Andrew, just given you had a couple of days off, so a slow start, maybe not something you might expect from yourselves?
Yeah, well, I mean, you want to start, whether there's days off or not, you want to obviously come out aggressively and asserting yourself. But we got knocked back on our heels a bit, and something that we hadn't been doing the last couple of games.
This is billed as the litmus test, so to speak. I mean, after winning 3 in a row, 5-1 score would suggest that, the test kind of failed.
Well, it suggests that we still have a lot of work to do, which we're not denying at all. We didn't have anybody in here saying that we didn't need to work on more things, so that's obvious before this game and after this game as well.
That kind of role away from home?
Well, it's always a little different when you're on the road. You get the last change, and so obviously the other team's home building, so they got the fans behind them. But I don't know. I think we just do a good job right now of taking it one game at a time and just focusing on our game and what we need to do.
I feel like you're playing some of your best hockey. I know the Oilers playing well, but the numbers seem to be going your way now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the power play's been a little bit better this year, and I don't think our power play was as good last year, so maybe could have had a few more numbers that way. But I really think that other than that, I mean, I think I'm trying to do the same things that I've done.
Certainly no shortage of firepower on this team, but what does it for you guys to get contributions from guys like Sean Moore and Brandon Kohler?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, to go far in the playoffs, I think they have good depth, and I think our coach has a lot of confidence in those guys, and they're rewarding him with the way they're playing. So obviously we're happy with the way our team's playing right now, but we just want to keep working on everything we can to get better and have everybody going.
Just chip in on Corey. Start thinking about the 3-4 games ahead of you, or else you lose focus for the game you're playing in. Tonight we knew we had to be ready from the start, and I think that was the start we wanted there. Some quick goals right off the bat.
A big deal that you played 15 in a row, but is that good for you as far as getting on a roll and staying in a rhythm?
I think the little details are definitely there when you're playing so much. You don't have to think about the little things; they just come naturally. So that part's good, and physically I feel fine.
Edmonton's coming through all fours. It's been pretty amazing right now.
I just feel like you're playing some of your best hockey. I mean, numbers are
We have, a couple injuries, so key guys, stepping up, and I think all 4 lines are going. That's why our game's improved, and we got to keep going with it.
Just making a living in front of the net.
Yeah. I eat there, I do everything there. That's what got me here, and that's what's going to keep me here.
Yeah, it was a great start. I mean, you got a shorthanded goal, and they got a red-hot power play, and that certainly got us off on the right foot in the right back with a power play goal. So I thought the special teams in the first period really put us in a good spot. But I thought across the board we did what we were looking to do tonight. Real solid game.
Never some of his best hockey.
He was real good. I mean, you look at the Vancouver game tonight, special. Good patience, good play recognition, real good gap. Threat off the point, off the rush, real solid. Real happy with him.
Maybe time to put away the storyline that the Oilers actually had a hold on you.
Well, every game's a new challenge. That getting off to a good start was important. I hadn't played in a few days, but obviously that shorthanded goal is a huge goal for us. It really put us in a good spot.
Like when you've gone out of this fourth line, 8 points, 8 time, didn't sound very
They scored some big goals on this trip, particularly the last 3 games, all wins that was probably led with their, whether you want to look at it like a bonus goal or that timely goal, the important goal. They've been out there for it, and I think your responsibility. They start a lot of shifts in their own end, and a lot of times end up in the other team's end. So they're doing some good things. He was fine.
A lot of people making about 15 in a row for Corey. He said he gets in a roll, though. He gets in kind of rhythm. Is that the thing about that as well?
Well, our schedule has been, for a stretch here, has been every other day. So I think that's why we've gone with him. But, we're tightening it up at the end of the long trip here, and, we're going to get Ante in here at some point.
Could that be Calgary?
Could be. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
And is Marion coming in tomorrow?
Yeah, he should be there. We're expecting him. Thank you.
Thank you.
mercyful with Dubnyk or a situationful? Or?
Yes. First.
You had a few days off. Did that make the start a little more frustrating?
Yeah, because I thought we were excited to go, and you know, I don't know. It was a crazy game to me a little bit. It wasn't a 5-1 game. I don't believe me. I thought it was probably a 3-1 game. But giving up that shorty early, we bobbled a puck, cost us, and then we couldn't kill that penalty. And then you're down 2-0 to the Stanley Cup champions. That's usually going to be trouble right away. And then third one goes in our net off of our own guy. It's just like, is it going to be one of these nights? And it was. So, but we almost to a man. It was. You know, I like to rate players after the game. It's either you were a negative, you were even, or you were a plus. You did something to help us, and there wasn't a whole lot of guys that you could give any pluses to. We were just we weren't there, and it may have been a product of being down 2-0 very early, but coming out of we had a day off, we had a couple of good days of practice. I really felt we were ready to go.
You guys ran into a team though that was firing on all cylinders, even when you did have a chance. I mean, Crawford was making, one save after another.
Yeah, and once again, in that first period, we had, I think, 2 like extraordinary chances to score. They don't go in the net, and that changes the game. It changes the game. So they finished when they had their chance, and we didn't finish when we had ours.
Your thoughts on the way the crowd reacted to Brizgalov when he came over the boards? His first save, the flip down the ice, huge ovations every time.
I missed the ovations. So when you get on the bench, you're in a different zone. So I didn't. I wasn't aware of that, but I did. He came in. I do remember the save he made right off the bat, and he fired the puck down the ice himself. So, yeah, that's a veteran guy. He comes in with a little swagger.
Analyze his 11-shot performance of it.
Yeah, I thought he was good. The only one that got by him was tipped.
Dallas, what would you say about the compete level of your team in general? It's one thing to maybe not play as well as you'd like, but did you feel the compete level was where it needed to be?
I thought it came and went. It was almost like waves in the ocean. We'd have there was a few shifts there in the second where we really got a good cycle game going. I thought we were starting to push back and was still in the mindset of, hey, I think we can do something here. And then it would go away, and then it would come back again. But we just had too many guys not firing on all cylinders. And if you're going to beat a team like that, you have to be firing on all cylinders. You can't even have 3 guys not going. You got to have them all. Everybody's got to be going to beat the Chicago Blackhawks. That's just the way it is.
If that happens, Dallas, is there anything as a coach you found in the past that you can do to try to ignite those cylinders at all?
Listen, you can change the lines. We talked on the bench, we talked in the dressing room, but for me, it comes within. That competitiveness has to come from inside. And if you're, I don't think you have a lot of players in the NHL that need to be revved up all the time. They're here for a reason. They've been competitive their whole careers, and. But for some reason, on certain nights, it's not there. And as a group, we have to find a way. We've got to look inside ourselves and understand that it doesn't even matter if it's the Blackhawks. Every night you have to bring your game. And we've talked about it before. It's not even for 60 minutes. A guy plays 15 minutes a night, or 18 minutes, or 12. Just bring your game for those minutes. We're not even asking you to play 60. We're only asking the goalie to play 60. But it's got to come from within, and you know, it's like I was saying before. I really believe this morning our guys were excited to go. I thought we were in a good place, and just the way that game started with the shorty, then they got the quick one on the power play. It's hard to play from behind in this league.
Were you worried at all? The 5 forwards, people are going to wonder if that was the reason, or just a broken stick, kind of an unlucky play on that first goal that led to Dave's break.
Yeah, it was unlucky. It was, you know, Yak started to retreat because he thought it was about to be iced. The guy broke his stick. Now the puck's wobbling. He went to grab it. It went over his stick, and now we're in trouble. So, you know, we made a change on the power plays more because we were having trouble with our routes on our breakout. So we switched the units quickly. We got that under control, but we didn't have a whole lot going after that.
Thank you.